That Broker Show brought to you by Remen Wholesale. And we are joined today, again, this is, I think, Barry's second appearance. We're joined by Barry Habib with MBS Highway. And I wanted to come back to you guys with Barry because obviously he's just got great insights into the rates, the economy, the housing market as well. But today we did kind of want to take a look at and consider, the advantage of being a mortgage broker in this market, this day and age in the mortgage industry, because there are advantages that the mortgage broker does have. Hey, there's pros and cons both ways, right? We're not going to say one's better, one's worse, but I tell you, we're talking to mortgage brokers right now. They're thinking this is better, and it probably is for a lot of good reason. And there's some definite benefit to being a mortgage broker today. And so we just wanted to have a conversation with you guys based on everything that's going on with the real estate market, interest rates and everything. What are some of the things we can be thinking about doing, taking advantage of as a mortgage broker? So with that, Barry, you got some thoughts for us, and we'll just have a conversation about this?
Well, really everyone should be considering longer term thinking, right? So what can I do today that really can help me position myself? Because competition's tight. If things do slow down, people are going to feel the pinch. A lot of companies now that have entered the public space can endure price wars a little bit better. So there's a lot to think about there. When I was a broker and I was originating, I wanted to continue to work really well with my referral sources. And so what I would do is I would start off by researching the referral sources I wanted to do business with. And I find it's amazing that most people don't. Most people just walk in and say hello, if they're even doing that at all today, because we are busy with refinances. But let's make sure we allocate enough time to sustainable purchase business as well, which will be less interest rate sensitive. And the purchase market's going to be good for a long time. So I would research them, and I would always be able to find something, whether it's on social media or Google today, which makes it a lot easier. And even if you just find out where they stand in their company, this, that, and then congratulate them. People love to be flattered, love that you actually research them. And if you do that, then you could ask for, listen, I know that there's a lot of points of friction out there. Identify the points of friction. What are they? They're all over. Interest rates is certainly something that the movement in interest rates, bid over ask prices, the fact that buyers get discouraged if they can't find something, the fact that people say, is there a housing bubble? And that's worrying people. So this is all information that is out there that is really giving the consumer a lot of concern because it doesn't break it down correctly. Now, if you're able to break that down, you could help alleviate that point of friction for that referral source and say, hey, listen, let's just chat for 10 minutes. I want to show you some of the stuff we have. So, for us at MBS Highway, we create all this kind of stuff for that, whether it be a bid over ask report, which is saving people's bacon, which is a real estate report card to show the opportunity, a cost of waiting so that the buyer doesn't get discouraged, a buy versus rent comparison so they don't flake out and choose renting or stay renting. Something like, how do you create money out of thin air by taking a higher rate and getting a premium to pay your closing costs, now allows them to go and chase that home a little bit more, even if they don't have the money, or it doesn't seem like they have the money. And then it doesn't even cost them anything because you never have to pay them back. And maybe you alleviate a break point in MI. So these are all things I'd be doing. On the refinance side, hey, take what the defense is giving you. Right now, you've been given this amazing gift of appreciation, like 18% year over year. So go after everybody who paid MI last year. They're all refinance candidates. Go after anyone who's got debt, which is pretty much your whole database. And what you should be able to do is figure out a way to do debt consol, but then don't just take the money as free money, because while that's good, save $500, $600, $700 a month, that seems great. But what if you use that money to either take their term down, get them an even lower rate, or use that money for voluntarily showing them what it would mean, the difference of accelerating their payments. And then they might discover in 5 years or 7 years, they might have an extra $100,000. They might see that they've got that mortgage paid off in 8 years or 12 years instead of the remaining 26 or 27 that they could have. These are things that make a difference in people's lives. And don't be afraid to have a conversation with them about personal matters. It's so crazy. You meet somebody for 2 minutes and you say, hey, how much money do you make? How much you got in the bank? Let me look at your credit. Let me see the details of your report. These are all very personal questions. We don't seem to have any problem with that. But to ask someone, how can I help get your kid through college? How can I help you with your retirement? Because people have that as a big problem. And if you're that debt manager that helps them get through that, I think that goes a long way.
That's all really good points. And I think the other thing that can be discussed with both your referral partners and with your past client database, et cetera, is the fact that you're a mortgage broker means that your product mix now is vastly superior than to say someone who works at a particular mortgage bank. They've only got a certain product mix and that's all they do. Your advantage being mortgage broker is you work with various wholesale lenders. So product mix now becomes another really cool, interesting conversation starter, which let's get to if we're going to bring it down to brass tacks, what Barry's talking about is with your referral partners and using MBS Highway, the tools that are in there, we're starting conversations, we're building rapport, right? That can lead to generating some business, okay? Past clients, same thing, right? You've got great equity. Is there something that we can do? We're starting conversations. Another thing you throw in the mix here as a mortgage broker is your product mix, right? Renovation loans, VA, FHA, and those are just simple ones, USDA, whatever it is you've got. How about this? Some people may truly, the better thing for them might be a HELOC. A lot of mortgage brokers can do a HELOC, right? Whereas for a lot of bankers can't do that. Rem and Wholesale, obviously, this is their show. They're huge in renovation. Like they are the renovation kings. How about learning what that product is, what that means, and being able to take that out there into the field, to your realtor partners, to your database, start having a conversation about it to stir up some business. So
when you talk about that, like what question that everybody gets is, what's your rate?
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people who try and coach people say, well, deflect from that, change the subject, this, that. I don't believe in that because that's going to just piss the customer off. Probably every sales trainer who starts with that, deflect and change the subject, they probably never have written a loan in their life.
Right.
Or they've never been a successful loan originator. They probably failed as a loan originator. Now,
right.
Fortunately, you and I were good originators. I did over $2 billion in personal production, closed business. I averaged over $100 million a year in my loan career. And by the way, that was with a lot lower loan sizes when I was originating loans. Okay. But let me tell you how I would handle it. If somebody asked me that question, I'd say something to the extent that it's a very good question. That's a question everybody wants to know. And that really depends on things like your loan amount, the down payment. It depends on the costs involved, because depending on the cost, that's going to affect the rate, depends on the term. And there's another thing that people don't think about is which loan are you eligible for, right? I mean, that eligibility is, so I could tell you a loan or I could tell you a rate, but what if you're not eligible, which is why we need to go through seeing what you're eligible for, because there are hundreds of products out there. What's my job is to help you decide which one is best and show you the ones that can affect you. Mortgage is not like buying a flat screen TV on Amazon. It's a very important tool that if used correctly, what it will do is help you with your retirement planning, your wealth creation, college education costs. And then in addition to that, it's the management of your debts too, because you want to encompass this in your whole debt structure, because that can create huge amounts of savings for you over time and huge amounts of wealth creation. Listen, the lowest rate on the wrong strategy, it's a lot more expensive than a competitive rate on the best game plan for your future. I mean, this is, and then hold on a second. There's one more thing here, is that if you talk about the best rate, that's the best rate maybe today. That's not what's important. What's important is that through this process, when do we lock this loan in for you? Because somebody might have the best rate today, but if you lock at the wrong time, that can be a lot more, or you don't lock at the right time, that can be a lot more expensive. That's where my expertise comes in. That's where I can help you to position yourself for the greatest amount of wealth creation. Now, once you've done that, the one thing that's real important is you've shown somebody a few products, and you know what here's what they want. They just want to know, what's the best loan for me? And what's so crazy to me, and why we created it at MBS Highway, because it's just absolutely insane, is that the big element here is time. So we're the only ones who created this product where you could see on a timeline which product is the cheapest for you. This product might be the cheapest for the first 2.5 years. Then for the next year and 3 months, this product is cheaper. Then this one, and then you can click and eliminate ones that you don't like, and it'll dynamically adjust. And the customer says, "Oh, you are the first person I understand, because I could see it, I understand it, and now I could see if I'm going to be here for 3.5 years, well, maybe I choose the 30-year fixed 0 points with monthly MI. If I'm here longer than 3.5 years, maybe I choose the one with upfront MI." And you also have to figure out and be knowledgeable on what the market's going to do, because if there's going to be an opportunity to refinance because we think there might be a recession or rates drop, well, you might want to shorten that time horizon that you'll have that mortgage. This is the difference between being a salesperson and an advisor.
Right.
Now, you can't just memorize what I said. You have to eat, sleep, and breathe it. And if you do, you will beat your competition. You will close more opportunities, and you're on your way to being an advisor and a really wealthy top producer.
Even more so as a mortgage broker, because you've got such a wealth of product and wholesale lending available to you, where you could really put all that together in a nice package and really just dominate your market area. I'm going to put a link to MBS Highway down below, guys. So you've got that link there where you get connected to Barry. If you're not already, you can give it a go for a couple of weeks for free. And then from there, you can also talk to those guys at Barry's office about becoming a certified mortgage advisor as well, because they've got a plan for that and a program for that. We can really talk this language and really impress not only your referral partners, but of course your borrowers as well with this stuff. So with that, Barry, hey man, thanks a lot for being on That Broker Show again.
Thank you so much, and good luck to all you guys out there. I know you guys are doing a great job.
All right, so you guys have a great one. We'll be back again next week. Do us a favor, leave us your comments down below. Share this with your coworkers if you found it valuable. If you're meeting us for the first time, there's a form over on your right-hand side where you can just fill that out, and you'll get That Broker Show every week, or as we put them out. We did have a few weeks off where we went through a bit of a COVID situation in our office over the past month, so we had to take a couple of weeks off. Everybody kind of went down.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness that's better.
Thank goodness we're all okay and we're all better. So we're back up and running now. So you guys have a great one, and we'll catch you here next week at That Broker Show, brought to you by Remen Wholesale.
Bye, bro.
Thanks, buddy.